What's going on, guys? It's Char here, and we are here. It is about 10 a.m., a bit earlier than 10 a.m. They decided to drop it, but I heard rumorings around there was going to be a new hero reveal today, and here it is. On the Fantasy Flight Games homepage, we have Armed and Dangerous announcing the Winter Soldier Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's get back into it for initial reaction and analysis. So one thing that I want to point out is that even though we didn't have it confirmed, the silhouette and spoilers for the campaign mocks, Baron Zemo's final scheme art had Baron Zemo facing off against Falcon and Winter Soldier, so it was pretty obvious who the last two heroes would be, at least in my opinion. The silhouettes matched. It was the final, like in the final scheme art of the final villain of the latest box. All of it came together, and here we are. So here we have Armed and Dangerous announcing the Winter Soldier Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. So let's get into it. This art is really good. I don't know who they have doing this art, but that's the first thing that stands out to me. Just everything about like the art is really good. I love like kind of like the thick lines. I love the colors. I think it's the same artist on this art, and I guess assume this is the hero art here. So let's go ahead and read through this. Bucky was a skilled fighter before the arm. With it, he's downright scary, and that's from Steve Rogers. As a young man during World War II, James Bucky Barnes served as a loyal sidekick to Captain America. When an explosion took Bucky's arm and left him on the brink of death, he was captured by Soviet soldiers, fit with a cybernetic replacement arm, and brainwashed into serving as an assassin. Decades later, Captain America helped Bucky remember his past, and now Bucky seeks to atone for the horrors he has forced to commit as the Winter Soldier. Fantasy Flight Games is thrilled to announce the Winter Soldier Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. As a fierce fighter with absolutely lethal combat skills, Winter Soldier blitzes into battle with this expansion pack, which introduces him as a new playable hero alongside his 15 signature cards. Paired with the pre-built aggression deck to maximize attacking efficiency, you can use Winter Soldier's skills at taking down enemies from the moment you open the box. This pack also features a bonus modular encounter set featuring Blizzard of the Thunderbolt. So, aggression makes sense. Every single other aspect was covered. We had protection with Falcon. We had, I think, leadership with Shuri. And I might be getting this wrong. I think all the other aspects were covered in this wave. I would assume. Oh, no, it's leadership with Falcon. Defense with Shuri. Justice with Shuri. Defense with Silk. And now aggression with Bucky here, Winter Soldier, just pretty cool. Let's go ahead and read these cards real quick. I'm not going to bother looking at this art too heavy because usually they talk about the cards here and that you can click on. So, Lethal Protector. As a skilled soldier that was trained relentlessly as a deadly assassin, the Winter Soldier has an aggressive playstyle that manifests in his ability to, in a sense, attack and remove threat at the same time. So let's look at his hero card real quick. So we have Bucky Barnes. He has 3 recovery, 11 hit points. So he has some above average health, but his recovery is quite low. Shield Soldier. Okay, so he has a shield trait and soldier trait, which are pretty good. Some of the soldier support cards are out. Cybernetically enhanced action. Spend 1 resource of any type. Search your deck and discard power for the cybernetic arm upgrade and put it into play. Okay, so you just search for this upgrade that I assume is going to be either give him extra attack or like a resource or something. And then we have 222 stat line, that general good hero stat line. It just means they're really jack of all trades and versatile. He can kind of do it all. He's a shield soldier again, so no other extra traits. He has the same as both as his hero and alter ego, which is pretty nice. Lethal Protector response. After you attack and defeat an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's pretty good. Not bad for a 95-year-old veteran. That's funny. And then the Red Room chain, when you do terrible things, I use those skills to safeguard others now. Okay, so obviously we don't know what the arm does, but the fact that you can search it and like attack and discard pile, it's not permanent, so it can get discarded. Maybe there's like an obligation or something that takes it away. And then Lethal Protector. This is just borderline good. If you're doing like board control in like multiplayer games, it's just like you're getting so much value off of damaging and defeating minions. You can get value off of them being engaged with you if you want to draw off of Bring It. And as you defeat them, you're able to kind of thwart at the same time, which is really cool. Central to his whole kit is his cybernetic arm. I like that in the art he doesn't actually have the arm because, he has to search it through cybernetically enhanced, which is pretty fun. Spend 1 resource of any type, search your deck. Okay, so let's read the cybernetic arm real quick. So it's an upgrade, resource. Cybernetic arm, resource. Exhaust cybernetic arm. Generate a wild resource for an attack event. That event deals 1 additional damage. Okay, so this is interesting because it's not like a hero resource. So is he going to have attacks he can use in alter ego is the thing that my mind immediately jumps to. We'll have to see. He can put it into play at a cost of a single resource. His arm serves as a resource generator for its attack events, and it can also boost the damage that those events deal. This naturally pairs extremely well with the Winter Soldier Lethal Protector ability, which lets him remove. Okay, that was really confusing how they did that. Remove 2 threat from the scheme whenever he attacks and defeats an enemy. You can trigger this ability any number of times around, which means you can defeat 1 minion with Metal Punch, defeat another with the basic attack, and then take out a third with Arm Block in the villain phase. Oh, so he has attack events that work on villain activations, which is pretty cool. You're removed a total of 6 threat without actually thwarting one. So let's read Metal Punch. This is 3-cost attack event. So we have action, deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you exhausted Cybernetic Arm to pay for this event, this attack gains overkill. How do I feel about this card? And we know like Spider-Man is like a borderline 3 for 8. This can be overkill, is valuable, especially if you're dealing with minions and you want to be attacking minions to get rid of threat. I don't mind this. I wish there was another kicker. So like maybe if you spent a wild resource, this card gained overkill instead of you having to exhaust the arm, because like the arm does make it 3 for 8, which like is like, you know, the normal rate, but I wish there was something else that gave it overkill. I don't know. I feel like it's like there might be, hopefully there's not like different things that are fighting for this resource exhaust. Let's read Arm Block. It's a 1-cost event, Hero Interrupt, attack / defend. When an enemy attacks, deal 3 damage to it. If you exhausted the Cybernetic Arm to pay for this event, prevent all damage from the enemy attack. Okay, so this is kind of like the shield block from Cap or like a backflip. And this is exactly what I was talking about. So in order to get this effect of preventing all damage, which is extremely good, don't get me wrong, you have to exhaust the arm. So the arm is already being pulled in 2 different directions. Obviously, hope you won't be drawing into both all the time, but that is something to keep in mind. The rest of Winter Soldier's kit is focused on taking down enemies. Focus around attacking enemies. Don his Winter Mask to net you a card draw when you take an enemy down. There's a 1-cost upgrade, the Winter Mask. You gain the Spy trait. That's pretty fun. So you can use all the Spy support cards. After you attack and defeat an enemy, exhaust this Winter Mask and draw 1 card. So this is kind of like, yeah, it's like Skilled Investigator, but for minions. That's pretty cool. Then utilize Silent Infiltration to keep your momentum going while confusing the enemy as a bonus. Silent Infiltration is a 2-cost upgrade. Preparation. After you attack and defeat an enemy, discard this card. Ready your hero and confuse an enemy. So this is getting him to be able to flip down here. It's a 2-cost upgrade, so it's like a ready that you can bank whenever you want it. And you can also get a confuse. I like that all of the shield ways are dealing with preparations. I think it's pretty cool. If you need to stall the villain or soften up a particularly tough minion, you can stun them with an electrical discharge. There's a 2-cost attack event. Deal 4 damage to an enemy if you paid for this event using a energy resource. Stun that enemy. So he does have more attack events. It's not just like the metal arm or whatever it was called, the Metal Punch. He has 2 for 4 here. It would be 2 for 5 with the arm, and then obviously you'll always get that kicker if you use the arm, which is stunning. This is a really solid card, especially just dealing with minions or like maybe getting a safe turn. So he has stuns and confuses, which is pretty good, especially in a solo focus mindset. You can always ensure you get the full effect. See, this is what I wish. I wish the cards like his Metal Punch and Arm Block just took resource requirements instead of needing the arm. I guess I could see the Arm Block specifically needing the arm because how strong it is, but Metal Punch, I don't know. And then so we can see when there are no more minions to hunt, Buddy can retreat to a safe house to help him search for new targets and get him an extra card, ensuring he has all the tools he needs when it's time to get back to the offensive. So you have a 1-cost support here, Safe House, Location, Shield as an alter ego action. Oh, the shield trait's pretty important because maybe you can do like global logistics stuff or whatnot. If you're not going alter ego that turn. But this says alter ego action, exhaust Safe House 30, search the encounter deck for a minion and put it in play engaged with you. Shuffle, I think it means the encounter deck, then draw a card. So he has minion summoning. He has really great minion summoning his alter ego, and the reason you want to put minions into play because he gets stuff off of defeating minions. Aggression will get stuff off of defeating minions. He gets thwarting off of defeating minions. He can draw cards off of the Winter Mask. So it's just this really good loop that lets him kind of do all of these things. So which is pretty cool. Now we're going to look into his aggression specific cards he's coming with. Speaking of going on the offensive, Winter Soldier's pre-built aggression deck certainly helps him bring the pain to the villain's forces. Use spoiling for a fight. to pull a minion from the encounter deck and ready your hero. Then use aggressive stance to also grab an attack event and take a minion out. So Swirling for Fight is a new minion summoning card for aggression. The old one was honestly kind of bad. So let's see what this one is. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion. Put that minion into play, engage with you, and then ready your hero. So Thor, even an aggression, got another minion summoning card. That's the only thing most people ever can think of, me included. So yeah, you get a free ready just by putting a minion into play, and then we have aggressive stance, which is a aggression preparation, maximum per player. After you engage a minion, discard this card. Search your deck for an attack event and add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So I think they're adding this keyword shuffle because usually they'd write it out, but now they're doing like kind of like problem solving card text from Yu-Gi-Oh. So yeah, it just says to shuffle afterwards. This is really good. I don't mind this. It's kind of like you're banking a resource to tutor a specific card. It's not, obviously you're going down a resource, but you have the flexibility of finding anything. Oh, it's only your deck for an attack event though, but you can bank it as long as you want. I think it's interesting. If you need a little help paying for that event, you can use Man on the Wall. Okay, this is another winner. Oh no, it's not a Winter Soldier card. So this is a soldier support card. Man on the Wall. Play only if your identity has a soldier trait. Exhaust Man on the Wall. That's a really interesting. I don't know what this title refers to. If any comic book heads got me, let me know. Exhaust Man on the Wall. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 1 for each minion engaged with you. This is pretty funny. Okay, so if you have a ton of minions engaged with you, you're doing bring it stuff, you're drawing a ton of cards. You can also reduce the cost of one of the attack events you play by basically for free. That's interesting. That's pretty fun. Finally, when you're ready to roll, call on Captain America to ready up for another attack to team up with super soldiers. Okay, let's read this Captain America first. So you got toughness here, 4-cost ally, so it's a lot better than the 6-cost one in leadership. So he's actually like, you can pay him with like a normal heroes. Steve Rogers, 2/2 toughness. Oh, I like the stat line. I like the toughness. Responds after Captain America enters play. Ready a shield character and then on your feet soldier. I like this ally. He might be a bit high costed for what he is, but he gets 4 activations with 2/2 stats, which is really good. He can, if you want to take the tempo hit, he can block a complete hit with this tough, and he also readies you when you put him into play. I really like this ally. This is really, really solid. And we have super soldiers, 3-cost event, team up, Captain America and Winter Soldier, maximum per deck, hero action, deal 6 damage to an enemy, give Captain America and Winter Soldier each a tough status card. This is pretty fun. You can buff it with his arm, so it's 3 for 7, and you both get a tough. I really like this card. I'm not crazy about this art here. No offense to the artist. I think it's a really cool pose for Cap. I mean, it's really dynamic with the shield, but Winter Soldier, he's looking a bit odd there. He's just off to the side. But that's a good team up card, especially if you guys are staying up. Just constant toughs, and 3 for 6 is a really good rate. Let's talk about his Nemesis set real quick. Whiteout. As we mentioned earlier, the Winter Soldier Hero Pack comes with the modular encounter set featuring Blizzard. Like his fellow Thunderbolts, Blizzard is a formidable elite minion with double-digit hit points. His specialty revolves around controlling the battle and blocking the hero's attacks, making him especially problematic for aggressive characters like Winter Soldier. So let's read Blizzard here. So 1 scheme to attack, villainous victory, 1 force response. After Blizzard attacks a character, search the encounter deck and discard a pile for encased in ice and attach to that character. Otherwise, stun the attacked character. So I guess if all of them are already in play. Whenever Blizzard attacks somebody's copy of Encased in Ice, attached your identity, attached character cannot attack enemies other. Attached character cannot attack enemies other than this card. Any player can attack this card as if it were a minion. If there is 3 or more damage here, move all. If there are 3 or more damage here, move all but 3 damage here to attached character. Wait, hold on. If there's 3 or more damage here, move all but 3 damage here to the attached character in this card. The wording on that's really weird. So it's anything above 3 damage that we move to our identity. Any player can attack this card for a minion. If there's 3 or more damage here, move all but 3 damage here attached to attached character. So yeah, I guess if it goes over 3, you put the excess on your identity, so you're like attacking yourself. The attachment blocks all of that character's attacks until they manage to break free, putting a significant damper on their damage output in the meantime. To make matters worse, whenever Blizzard attacks a character that's already encased, he stuns them, freezing them in their tracks even longer. Add in slippery conditions to create. He creates a slowdown. Your allies and any hero might find themselves struggling to weather their storm. Force responds after an ally enters play exhausted. Well, that's really annoying. This art is really fun though. I really like this art too. Interesting. This is really interesting card. Okay. As an elite Thunderbolt minion, Blizzard's encounter attack can be used part of the Thunderbolt scenario. That is, it's still marginal encounter attack, and you can add Blizzard into any scenario. Can you stop him from putting your heroics on ice? I really love the art for the alter ego and hero art. Deadly efficiency with the skills of taking down enemies while removing threat at the same time. Winter Soldier is a formidable hero, an opponent in addition to any team. Look forward to taking on the agents of AIM with the Winter Soldier with the Winter Soldier Hero Pack when it arrives this June. Wow. That was awesome. I really kind of like, he's really, honestly, it's a refreshing kind of simple where nothing in his kit is really screaming like super complex or anything. You put in a resource to find your arm. It's not at setup, so Ultron can I guess Ultron can still turn it into a drone, but you look in your deck and discard, you don't have to worry about like, discarding it on accident or whatever. You can find the arm whenever you want it, which is usually turn 1. You can aggressively mill and stuff, get it to your hand. He's just board control. You want to ready him. You want to like buff his stats, maybe do some readies. You want to knock out some minions. You want to summon some minions and just do all these things. Maybe get kickers off of defeating minions, maybe on the enemy phase, on the hero phase, Hall of Heroes, whatnot. So many combos and things. He's another really minion focused hero, at least in his precon and his alter ego supports puts him out that way, which is pretty cool. The only other really big one is like Thor that I can think of off the top of my head, and I guess Valkyrie as well too. So I like there's another kind of hero that's focused around that. He seems really strong. He seems really fun. And again, I really love this art. It's really awesome. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Are you excited for Winter Soldier or Falcon? Which one are you more excited for? Let me know all of it down in the comments below. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you have not already. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Goodbye.